did it wrong. You all, at the time of this recording, your girl is in Michigan and it's raining. So it's giving like midnight love on BET, but it's 59 degrees in Michigan. And I say to that, we didn't ask for this. Welcome back to another episode of the Please Do Tell podcast. I'm your homegirl, Ronnika, and I always have the pleasure of being with.
It is me, Jeffrey. I am here and present, and it's 77. So, thank God the Knicks and the weather. It's 59?
59. I'm telling you, I wore this dress to our donor appreciation tonight, but I do have on pants up under it because I got a little cold and I put on socks.
You put pants while you were at the, event?
No, since I got home, I was feeling a little chill and I was like a little scratch in my throat. I said,
Oh, I thought you was, going there, what, coaching?
Okay. Okay. Y'all, Cody keeps catching strays because of this one. And I love y'all. I do. I love y'all down to the ground because where I work, I think I told y'all that it's very close to the beach. So we're right on Lake Michigan. Like I can walk out the door and it's right there. It's very beautiful. And it's two ladies that clearly walk like during their lunch break, lunch hour. And when I say those denim skirts be scraping the ground, that's like we're still doing that. We're still doing that. So
Mhm.
uh all I can say is do you, boo. Do you. They like, "This girl ain't stopping nothing. I got 6 kids." Clearly, it's not stopping anything. But
They
just to
can they can definitely hem it up to they shin. They do not have to be to the ankle.
it's scraping the ground.
Mm-mm.
It is giving, like, sweet, sweet, even though I mean, it's yeah. But you all, this is another episode, when this episode drops, it'll be the last one more time, it'll be the last day in June,
Mm.
which is also the last day for Black Music Month, which
I'm
I
all in.
enjoying. I have been enjoying. Um, I had to push through the weekend. Father's Day was this past Sunday. Juneteenth, actual Juneteenth was this past weekend. Just it's a lot going on. July 4th is after this episode premieres, July 4th will be the following weekend. It's just a lot going on this month, clearing
Mhm.
into the new month. So, yeah, I just wanted to just kinda sit there with that for a little bit. It was now there's some years it's been 13 years that I haven't had my dad, and this Father's Day was quite rough, and I think because my sister and I had plans to go to Saugatuck that we usually try to get together and do something for Father's Day, and we were rained out, and so I just kinda sat in the house just like
Mm.
so I got busy, I got detergent you all hear Cooper clearly, I got to getting rid of a lot of stuff, but I did find some things with his handwriting and stuff on it, so that brought me joy, but other than that, child, I didn't wanna talk to nobody. Jeffrey checked in on me, he was like, "Hey, do you wanna talk later?"
Yeah, 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 I know. You know, I was talking to a friend, um, and he was telling me about his mother because he had lost he lost his mother 13 years ago.
Mhm.
Um, he gave me his experience of saying a friend told him who had lost his father, "Welcome to the club."
Mhm.
And when he said that, it was like, "Ugh," it was, but I knew exactly it was like, "Damn, I know that conversation." So, of course, I definitely wanted to check in and, check out. I had an opportunity like I said, we did May already, so I know June is on its way. So I
Yeah.
be just as strong as my people was for me. So, yeah, it's. How are you?
Listen, the music challenge, because I don't if you all if I haven't said it before, that is something that I look forward to every day in the month of June. Because I love Jeffrey and I, we love music. So, I spent the day I have different playlists, I even have playlists that of songs that my father and I loved, um, so I was listening to that. And that
Uh-huh.
was I was like, "Okay, clear out this bin, purge this, trash day is tomorrow." So I can say that I survived. I survived the day, I survived the weekend, but,
Rough day.
yeah, it was rough, rough,
Mhm.
but I'm here to tell the
We
story.
through, God's will.
Yes.
God's will.
So, I'm back, and I'm ready to share stories with y'all.
Let's get it.
Alright. Alright, Jeffrey. Mm? Jeffrey this week. Let me just tell y'all, Jeffrey became like a whole chef, like, since we graduated from well, when did you really start chefing it up? Because I feel like the barbecuing was maybe, I think, after college, or was it right before?
It was, after college.
Okay.
I I used to try to barbecue a little bit. My first barbecue grill I got was, like, a gas grill. I remember my former professor, mentor, gave me his barbecue grill, and, it was gas grill, and I had never grilled before, so I ain't I don't know
Mm.
nothing so I don't even grasp those college days. But I remembered, like, towards the end of college, we wanted to barbecue, and everybody was kinda like well, the dudes didn't wanna seem like they didn't know how to barbecue in front of the females, so you just like, "Let's just go to the club." You know what I'm saying? Like, just
Yeah,
the whole barbecue thing out, you know?
yeah.
But then moving back to Michigan, it's not that many clubs, so your house can become your club, so
That is true.
you can barbecue, babysit, and, sell all at sell dinners all in the same spot. So, that's when I kinda got into it, but my uncle told me I remember I would have people over, and I would try to host, barbecue, watch my dog, clean up. He was like he pulled me to the side. He said, "You got the potential." This is before I even started.
Mm,
Potential. He said, "But you're doing too much." He said, "You're just doing too much for you to really know what you're gonna be able to do." And I slowed it down, and then that's when but I didn't really get into, like, full deal the other side, not just barbecue, but the, kitchen, 2020, right after COVID. I had
mm.
already been in the kitchen, but I know recipes now.
Yes,
Yeah,
recipes that he shared with me, so
yeah. I like it's fun. It's
delicious.
fun. I call
Delicious.
it playing in the kitchen, but I fell in love with cooking because we couldn't go outside. And people say, "What? What do you mean? You couldn't go outside?" Take it back, 2020, March 2020, the beginning of COVID. I live in New York, so we really couldn't go outside. So
Mhm.
we had a curfew, 8 o'clock, and people say, "Curfew for 10 million people?" Oh, yeah, it was nobody outside. So the only thing that you really could do was go to the grocery store. I call it field trip. They were field trips during the day because when you went there to the grocery store with so many people out just to be out, that it would take you forever, 2, 3 hours in the grocery store. You may have gotten $50 worth of food, and so I just started playing. I did let me I was on unemployment. Let me blow my unemployment check on the grocery store and play in the kitchen. Yep.
Mug was blowing money fast.
Look, it wasn't
On
fast.
s
I said I was on unemployment. If you know unemployment, you ain't got no money.
carry the 2.
Yeah, every day at night. I went through my finances again because I was on pennies, and the most expensive city in the country,
Mhm,
I would it was a lot of months where it was no pluses going in the check, it was more
mm.
negatives coming out.
1 bag of rice. Imma get a half a pound of shrimp instead of a pound. All the above, but
I'm gonna
Jeffrey
still get that pound.
okay.
Maybe
I mean,
maybe
'cause
no
we love
leafy
shrimp.
greens.
We love sh okay, so that's why we finna go into Jeffrey had the nerve to ask on his damn Facebook, "How many times y'all cook in a week?" Where did that even why did you ask that? And then what blew up after that? Because I feel like I was late to the party, and I said we had to talk about it on the show,
Mhm.
but what made you just like, "You know, Imma put this out there," and then did you expect the way that it was gonna blow up?
Well, no, I didn't expect the way that it was gonna blow up, but the reason why I put it out there is 'cause at a certain point, you kinda evolve and be like, "Well, damn, I guess I am an adult when I'm at work thinking about what I'm gonna cook tonight." You know what I'm saying? The only people did that when I was little was my mama would call and be like, "Hey, take something out of the
Mhm.
that they're thinking about you be like, "Oh, I ain't even think about it." And then she come home and be like, "You didn't think that you was gonna wanna eat tonight?" So I'm thinking ahead of time. So I was like, "Let me put it out there. Let me throw some ideas. I know it's Tuesday. Taco Tuesday is easy. However, let me hear around the country, some ideas." And boy, did we get 'em.
Mm.
So, but what shocked you? What shocked you?
I think it was people laying out their full week menu. I said, "Oh," 'cause I too, I'm usually at work like, "Ooh, do I have anything that's not frozen or what's frozen that can be thawed out quickly?" And that's always shrimp, but I knew that I used my last bit of shrimp. So I was like, "I ain't got no salmon," and I really prefer for my salmon to be fresh instead of frozen. Do not come for me. Some people like, "Hey, yeah." Do not come for me, okay?
Prefer fresh,
I
fresh is
like what
better
I
than
like.
frozen?
Okay, I'm just saying, like
Who says that that frozen is better than fresh?
no, they just be like, "You look down." I was like, "I didn't say I look down on it, I just prefer fresh over frozen. Beat
Oh,
feet."
I'm not looking down on it. Cause that's
Shush.
how I introduced to salmon, it was frozen. I didn't know anything about. Cause I don't remember eating salmon as a kid.
I didn't.
It wasn't a part of the mix.
Uh-uh.
We wasn't a part of it. We didn't have that in the Social Security check that was given.
Child, we was frying it, but we wasn't I mean, not
Wow.
salmon, not salmon,
So
not
I was gonna
salmon,
say you well, y'all was
not
frying
salmon,
salmon?
not salmon, not salmon. No, rewind, rewind. No. We were going down to the fresh fish market on Main Street, and it was usually I'm like, my mama gonna be like, "Girl," I believe it was perch, ocean perch.
Yeah,
We don't really
ocean
get a
perch.
whole lot of catfish. I don't remember growing up, maybe in my grandma's house, but in our house, not really. Whiting,
Just had some
um,
whiting last week, it was good. It's like
see, like, we dabbled around, and then my personal favorite, shout out to my Uncle Lester, getting me soul fish from Rosie's. Now, I done brought it up to Jeffrey a couple times because I feel like New York is probably the only place I'm gonna get some soul fish.
and we got to go find it because it was funny, I was talking to, one of my friends, he was like, you go in to the, fresh fish and they got so many options." He was like, "I don't even know which one to pick." So you have because I didn't know much about red snapper. But red snapper for Caribbean people, it is huge.
It's
You know what
huge. Yeah.
we grew up ocean perch, catfish, cod. I had
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
codfish, bluegill.
Bluegill, you're right, yeah,
Come on now.
boom.
I mean, you just can't go to any store. I mean, any like restaurant and get bluegill, but if you fishing yourself, you can get some
You
bluegill.
ain't bluegill,
Yeah. They had bluegill. I mean, I'm not a carp eater, but I remember people who would eat carp. Um, you know, there's a lot of fish. what's another one? Bluegill, sunfish, oh, largemouth bass, a
Oh
smallmouth
my
bass.
god.
Yeah, like, it's tons of fish, Great Lakes. I'm gonna eat some fish, you know what I'm saying? But it's amazing to hear so many other options because I didn't know much about red snapper or salmon, like, growing up.
Oh my gosh, I think it's called buffalo.
Yeah,
Um,
oh, it's got all them bones.
yeah, so but they cut it in they would say, "You gotta find somebody to know how to," so they do buffalo ribs, and then so some gentleman would go down that's from
Forgot about
Arkansas
that.
that lives here,
Uh,
would go down to Arkansas, get the buffalo, cut them up, and then come back and sell them. And then one year, my mama had bought, like, a whole bag on, we was messed up. You hear me? I was
it
like,
is
"Whew."
if you're around, outdoorsmen, I mean, I remember they would be great they would be in the they're not my parents' generation, but the grandparents'
Mhm,
generation.
mhm.
Somebody always went down south, whether it was during hunting season or fishing season, you went down there, got a ton, and then brought it up north,
That is so true,
you
yes.
know, brought it
Yeah,
back up
yeah.
north,
Yep,
and,
yep.
you sold it. One, it
That's
was
true.
a chance for you to vacation, but then you also made money. I'm gonna actually this guy I used to work with at the courthouse, for the county, older white guy from he was from Mississippi,
Mm,
country white man from Mississippi. I mean, like, MAGA, but he wasn't but he was mean to everybody. But I worked with him, we did outdoor maintenance. It was, from when I
nice.
did outdoor maintenance,
Mhm.
he was the white guy that was always with me. Spit tobacco, blah, 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 became we were like this. He would go down south, he would bring me fish. Anybody else ask, he ain't helping nobody. Great man, you know what I'm saying? It was just more or less, once he knew who you were, and then we would talk about race and everything. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, we would talk about race and everything, you know? And because he really couldn't, um he had some deficiencies, and so you kinda cover it up, you know what I'm saying? But he learned that, "Hey, this person right here didn't care about my deficiencies, and they
Mhm,
needed support."
mhm,
So, and then he was there to support me because I had deficiencies. I didn't know about fishing, I didn't know about catfish. Because I told him, I was like, "I don't even eat catfish." He was like, "I promise you, you'll eat this catfish." And I shouldn't have told him that because every time I would see him, even after I left, from work and went back to college, he'd be like, you want some more of that catfish?" He would call me, "I got some more of that catfish." My mama would she loved catfish.
yeah,
She
yeah,
would actually take it and put it in the freezer like she was giving it to me, but she would just eat it. Cause I was all I was like, I don't even really like catfish like that, but I like the relationship with him.
yeah,
And so he was a
yeah.
cool man. He had a basic name. I ain't even gonna put his name out there, but shout out to, my man, uh, that worked at the courthouse with me. He didn't supervise nobody, but he supervised me. But I know how to cut grass, I know how to edge, I know how to do all outdoor maintenance because of that man.
Because of those skills, yeah.
Skill set. He said,
Mm,
"Hey, I may not be able to work in that courthouse, but I'm gonna make this courthouse on the
look
outside
good.
good."
Okay. Message.
Mess
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
yeah. Shout out to look, almost said his name.
Do-do-do-do-do. Woo. So what counts as cooking? And where's the line between cooking and assembling?
Well, don't let me go on this tangent about this cooking,
It's
Renika,
gonna be quick because we gon' we
Mm-mm, 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 we on this cooking thing. I actually was talking to a friend of mine this week, and we got into this deep, deep conversation about we're losing it because we're losing certain things in our culture, Black culture, and we lost with one generation, our parents' generation of in the inclusion of the family. Is
mm,
more or less as, "Hey, we're gonna run the rat race of America." You know what I'm saying? Kinda picked up in that direction. But our grandparents were still around and still cook meals, we still going to family events. Well, they're not around anymore. So their specialties, which was usually their hands, grit, uh, we don't do those things anymore.
You know.
Or we done lost those recipes. Or we air frying everything. You know what I'm saying? So there is a difference between cooking and assembling.
Mm,
So I'm gonna stay focused on it. Yeah. We've lost it. And then we wanna know why, we are astray. It has to do with the food. You remember, like, even in our times of struggle during slavery, food pulled us together. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we really have missed it when it comes to food. I really do because, just like what was her name? I can't remember her last name, but her first name was Beverly. She said, "Why do all her book is why do all the black kids sit together in the cafeteria?" It's potent. It's a necessity. You see it at your job once you grow out of being a kid. You go to your job, you say, "Oh." I've been at many conferences that go right up. I guess this is the black people say.
right. Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
now we don't have to be on America's standard, it's on us as in communal. American is individualism. It's in it. I mean, it's in all of, individualism.
Indivisible, and yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
So from that standpoint, but the African tradition, which is, well, we're all from Africa. Surprise, if y'all didn't know. But but anyway, but from that standpoint, we have more community, and we lose that. And even the way that we've moved ourselves to our cell phone, we've lost that because it's not communal. It's actually
Mhm.
one person. You know what I'm saying? So I think food can bring us back because you got to have it. You can't survive without food. You
That's
know.
true.
So yeah, food is, you definitely need to take time. I was surprised that so many people said 3, 4 times a week.
Me too.
I was
Me
surprised at
too.
that. I was proud. I
Mm,
was proud. I was like, "Okay, now I can't complain. I guess I gotta go to 4 and 5 too."
yeah. I was like, "You been slacking, girl. You been slack Make that time."
Look, I started looking at it, do they got kids?
Grocery do I have, Lord? Like,
Was it
oh, fun
you said what?
I said, someone had asked me, on Monday, like, "Oh, what you eating?" I was like, "Oh, I'm eating leftovers, salmon, corn on the cob, and spinach." She was like, that's a grown-up meal. You made that?" I said, "Yeah." "Well, you must have made it yesterday because you ain't had no time to make it today." I said, "Listen, tell me all my life." But it's true.
But it
It
wasn't
is
that long. You said salmon,
Yeah,
yank
those are quick, like, it's
yeah, that's
quick,
not long.
but still no, but the way my life has been set up this week, you see, I said I just got home at 8 o'clock. So when do I have any time? Maybe
Wow.
like that, you know? I've been
Shout out
making
to
up songs
Jennifer.
over too. I know, shout out to my sister, 'cause she said,
She hates
"Whenever
it.
I think"
Yeah.
she would've really got I would've the way I was singing tonight. Okay, are you down there where the questions are?
Oh, my bad. Look, I was trying to check the Cubs game.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just go to the next question and we can both answer it. So, the generational shift. Did your mama and them cook every night and has that changed? Well, you just answered it. Yeah. Has that changed for the generation? We just talked about it. So the 3 to 4,
Well, my
um,
mama
I
didn't cook like that either. She was white collar from the beginning, and, no, my mama didn't cook. So, it was already losing. It's a losing thing. That's why I was so quick to grasp back. Like, my grandma didn't allow me to go in the kitchen.
mm,
"You too dirty to clean my dish."
what?
That's a woman talking to a young man. "You too dirty to clean my dish." So, I never had to do any of that, but I strive to do it because I ain't want nobody to tell me what I couldn't do. So,
Still to this day.
set a little rubric. So, you know,
Yeah, he's definitely he's a real breaker. I'm the real follower, so you can just only imagine how that
who wants
is.
to be around a rule follower? Jesus.
Sometimes I like to break a rule or 2 or 3, but I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it says cross right here," and he's like, "I think I'll go down there." Or my sister still brings this up. It was the weekend that I graduated from North Carolina Central, Eagle Pride, and Jeffrey and, like, all my friends were there, right? There was a Christmas party going on in the hotel that we were staying in. Jeffrey walks over to them, to their check-in desk. He was like, "Oh, like, what's going on?" They were like, "Oh, it's the such such Christmas party." He was like, "Okay, I'll be back." They're like, "Oh, no, like, it's invited." He was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll be back."
Hell, this family.
Thank goodness by the time he came back, the party was over. Because my sister said, "Wait a minute, they said that it was invite only." He was like, "No, that doesn't apply to me. I'll be back. They're gonna want me to be in this party."
Why not?
Now, that's where me and Jeffrey get messed up because he will lead and I'll follow in foolishness like this, and my sister's over here like, "What? No." And I'm like, "Doo, doo, doo, yep, they're gonna
Let's
love
see.
us. We're
Let's
gonna
see.
they're gonna love us. They're gonna love us.
That's all I need to hear in the
We just
background.
gotta get
They're
in
gonna
there.
love us.
They're gonna love us. We're just gonna go."
Uh,
So
uh.
so that's what we do. Cause where was I at? Right there with him when he was about to go in there, and it was
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Let's
Mhm.
do it. Come on.
Mhm. So, what's the one thing you cook that you know is good? Your signature, your go-to.
I'm trying to craft it now. I really think that anything, if you can make something with Alfredo, black people gonna love it. If they gonna think that it is because the ones like in Applebee's or Cheesecake Factory, I'm telling you, you get a real person that know how to make an Alfredo from scratch. Yeah. Yeah. But if I'm just doing an everyday dish, I'm actually pretty mean on some tacos. And I know people like, "Oh, he can't really cook." No, like authentic tacos. Like not your Taco Bell taco. Okay.
Just had this conversation yesterday with some young people, and one of those teenagers said, because we were talking about pastas and stuff, and one person said, "Oh, I love lasagna." She said, "Man, them old gummy noodles, I don't want none of that. That ain't even good. Man, but give me anything Alfredo."
I told you. The culture is
I
old as Alfredo.
I said, "What is wrong with these kids?" And she was like, "See, black folks only mess with Alfredo." I said, "Okay, here we are." Like, here we are. This is a young person. Like,
I
yeah.
told you.
She said, "Black folks only really deal with Alfredo." I said, "Wait a minute." So the fact that you just said that,
I'm on the pulse of the community.
no
I
matter
didn't even
age.
You said what?
I said, "No matter the age, they like, give me that Alfredo."
I'm telling you, they love I mean, I don't know. From me, I mean, I like it, but I like anything with like a gravy. You know, my people from the
Right.
South.
Yeah, yeah.
So, my mama used to tell me, she said, "My father loved, just rice and gravy. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what meal, he has to have gravy." And I'm like, the older I get, the more I'm like, "I wish you would give me this, dry ass rice. I don't want the Spanish rice. I don't want it. Mm, it's too dry." I got a Spanish homeboy. He was telling me, he said, "You know, them black people, they love their gravy."
We talking about fume rice. I know we I still ain't found that recipe, but I'm like, do I have to go back down south to get it? Um, the fume rice, because when I tell y'all, my sister was sopping that thing. She said, "What is this goodness? It's giving me like my grandma." And I'm like, "What is that?" And we were actually there for a funeral on my grandmother's side of the family. She was like, what is this?" So then one of her close friends that is living in Alabama. I mean, she's from Michigan, but her family is from Alabama, so she lives there now. And she said, "Oh, we call that fume rice."
Fume rice. Yeah.
She said, "What?" So I found the recipe, like, a long time like, it was a blog post, like, when we went down there, that was, like, 2017, I think, but I ain't been able to find it since, but you know how blogs are and domains, they will disappear, so you better screenshot that baby ASAP.
Mhm. Mhm.
But, yeah, when you
Gotta have that gravy, man. Gotta have that gravy. I'm a gravy guy. There it
Oh
is.
my gosh.
Remember,
So,
I used to be a thick 200 plus brother, so
if y'all would even go back and look at Jeffrey's photos, I was like, "Wow," when he says it, I'm like, "Okay, I see that face a little bit fuller." Okay, when I moved back and I started working for the club, yeah, you were a little bit bigger.
when we worked together, I was
Yeah,
225 pounds.
I didn't know that. He was
I knew
solid.
it.
Okay.
I knew it. I knew it. Look, it was it was crazy. Yeah, that too. But then I breathed different. That's
Mm,
when I was like, "Can't do this.
yeah,
Can't do this." And so I walked that weight off quick.
quick.
Yeah.
Cause listen, by the
6 months?
pandemic, I was like, "Who's that? Who's
6
that?"
months? No, it was even shorter than that.
I'm saying that I was able to see you often, like, we were
Got you,
doing
got you,
the
got you, got you.
I was seeing the difference then. Cause when you're visiting, it's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah," but we were FaceTiming a lot
Got
during that time.
you.
Okay.
This first time you ever shared that with me. That's,
Mhm.
see, now I'm all like, I'm gonna be self-conscious. That's the word.
Anyways, so what's the cooking playlist, the one that goes on when you're actually in the kitchen making something real?
It's gotta be some R&B, old school. Yeah,
Mhm.
cause you can't I mean, you can put the Migos on, but, I mean, realistically, ain't nobody from that age group really gonna make some good food like that. So, I gotta go to the soul, and, soul is soul food.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you love a good whisper.
Come on, The Whisper. Come on now. Come on now. Don't let, Olivia get turned out over here. I'm just saying.
Alright, y'all, now it's time for culture check because I cannot.
I'm just saying. That's what they was talking about with Olivia. With, The Whispers, she was lost and turned out.
Turned out.
There's a lot of people
Turned
that's probably
out.
listening to this have felt lost and turned out before. So they understand. That's why The Whispers wrote it.
Okay. Okay, but I love a good R&B too, 'cause I wanna be in my feelings when I'm cooking.
What do you
Mm.
got? What would be like your top 3?
Let's see. I'm going to play some see. D'Angelo is always at my top of my list. Tweet,
Okay.
and Joe has probably worked in there too, because I usually start at the be but I like to shuffle, but it likes to shuffle me around, but my one of my playlists is heavy on, of course, the old school R&B, and also heavy on the Insecure soundtrack for the
Got
seasons. Like, it's you gonna get some Thundercats in there, you're gonna get a whole lot jazz you're gonna get some hits in there. So, but I mean, I can say that that's my go-to as far as, a series soundtrack is because the music director for the series was Raphael Saadiq.
Well, the 3 artists you first mentioned didn't seem like you was gonna get much cooking done. So, you better keep it old school soul, 'cause that right there, that R&B right there was gonna have you distracted. Don't burn the rice. Don't burn the damn rice.
I'm just saying, love it so much.
Mhm.
So, y'all, I don't even wanna spend a whole lot of time in culture check because 'cause I'm just still like it is 60 degrees in
Yeah,
Michigan.
that's crazy. That means it's probably a good fishing day out there,
Well,
actually.
it's raining like crazy too.
Yeah. You put your little poncho on and you just nabbing them, nabbing them. Yeah.
There's a gentleman that grew up I think it was across the street from my grandma, 1200 block of Superior, the Stevens family. and I believe he is still fishing. And 'cause listen, somebody will go online and be like, "Hey, who got the fresh catfish at like 10 o'clock at night? Who got the fresh bluegill?" They tagging Michael Stevens. They tagging him. They tagging him. They tagging him.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I was like, man, he been doing this for forget about the dogs because I don't know if he's still breeding dogs, but um, or if he's still a dog breeder, but the fishing, like he always has fish on. I'm like, goodness,
Sound like to me that's an entrepreneur because he has his
yes.
own business. He's breeding dogs and he's a fisherman. That's
Mm-hmm.
2 jobs right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got a dog. That's the whole look. I didn't got busy this summer, and my dog been on my ass. Okay, when I mean on my ass, I mean like no, like chill out. So that's already a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
you got to go out there and you got to spend time out there by the water,
Mm-hmm.
and it's only a specific amount of time each day because you can't be out there, especially if he bank fishing. You know, so bless his heart.
Bless his heart. But we do know that there's a gap between what summer is supposed to feel like and what
Mhm.
it actually feels like this year. Like I was saying earlier today that we had a rough ass winter. So I was looking forward to like, "Ooh, it's gonna be a hot summer. It's gonna be a hot girl summer." But you see that I'm a little chilly, but I think it's supposed to
Mhm.
be in the 90s for the holiday, for the 4th. So,
But you today was your only cold day, right?
no, it's been chilly these last few days.
Okay, so you got 2 chilly days and you over summer already?
It's been since like Sunday.
It's been
4 days. 4 days it's been cold.
alright, I
Less
guess.
than 70s in the summer, like, come on.
It's coming. It's coming. Look, it's a big drastic difference, I guess. When I lived in the Midwest, it would always get hot in June, so I understand. But living on the Northeast, it gets hot in August. So I'm just kinda like, I'm expecting these days right now. August is when it's like, you can smell the dog urine coming off the sink.
No, oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's
You know what?
welcome
And
to New
that's when
York.
it's there. Some of my
Welcome to New
best times
York.
in New York was August, and, he's that's right. That is true. Ugh, all the smells, all the fumes.
So, but I got a question for you. Since this is the last episode before 4th of July, I'm gonna ask you, what does the 4th of July mean to you?
It's funny because even today, a lot of people were just so excited to celebrate the 250th anniversary of
America.
yeah, and so like, the 4th of July, for me and my family, it was really cookout, fireworks, and that's about it. There was no really reflection of like, "Oh, God bless America." Like that, I'll be honest, like, it wasn't. It was like, "Oh." Especially if it was closer to the weekend, kinda like it is now. Well, I know this year is on a Saturday, but if it was like a Thursday or Friday and my family already got the time off, it's like, "Oh, we barbecuing? We going over somebody else for the part 2." And then there's fireworks, like the whole you go over to Indiana and get the really explosive, fireworks to bring back to Michigan to I mean, if y'all didn't know that that was a thing, that is totally a thing. Um but other than that, I mean, it was really a time for us to get together and just really that was the cookout. Like or that was like a mini family reunion. That's what I think about. And I know the older I get, it's even because I look at my friends as my family too. So, I mean, I've had cookouts for the 4th. So,
Mhm.
that's what I look at as far as for the 4th of July. It's a little mini reunion cookout.
I agree with your mini, reunion cookout, 'cause that is like kinda how we were raised. However,
Mhm.
I wanna dig a little deep.
Mm,
It's a little
okay.
crazy, and in the words of the one movie, "Don't drink your orange juice in the
But
hood."
don't be a menace
Yeah, 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 yeah. Look,
South Central while
I'm
drinking juice in the hood.
I'm about to get a little crazy,
Here we go.
but, you mentioning fireworks.
Mhm.
If we dug a little deeper, the reason why we got fireworks was to celebrate. We celebrate because if we went back a generation or 2 or 3, a lot of our people fought to get into that military for this country, and that's what was their celebration for, along with their family. I do believe that I wanna celebrate America 250. I think that it's a cloud on it because of the leader that we have. I think
Yeah.
that's a little
Yeah,
bit different.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, because I'm an American,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? My people are from here.
Mhm.
That's no knock from Africa, but if you start to dig, my people start, and then, there's a connection. However, when my 2, 3 generations here, we're here. So we do respect. And my great grandfather, who was the son of a slave owner, went on to go serve in the military, just like my grandfather and the next generation who served,
Mhm.
and then my uncle and the next generation who served. So I do believe in America 250. I just don't like, just like with anybody, when there's a boss, we don't like all the bosses, you know.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't wanna lose because you can even go back to when a kid, they tried to put you in red, white, and blue, even though it wasn't like an American thing, you know? You'll see people now still dressed up in red, white, and blue. So there is a celebration for the American experience, even though the American experience has not been as fruitful for people that look like me. So I don't wanna, like, cloud it, by, like, being negative towards it, or towards America 250 at all. I just wanna make sure that my ancestors are recognized as well. 'Cause we've been here since 1619. That's over 400 years, so before over 150 years before America was a country. There was people that look like me already here. So,
Jeffrey just needs to lead the culture check, okay?
uh,
'Cause I
you
was
know,
just
I
so
that was just 4th of July.
I mean, just saying, just saying. So before we close out this segment is, because we wanted to really talk about well, not really talk about, but, also don't forget to talk about, Black Music Month and what it gave to the culture for this June. I do wanna briefly say that what you got to say? What you
Like
got to
at
say?
church. "Excuse me,
Okay.
don't try to run over this Black Music Month after you just heckled me all month for not being up to date with music sermon.
I'm just saying.
I come here today to let everybody know I have been redeemed." I'm not gonna say delivered. "I have been redeemed. I am almost up to the 20 well, the 30th now, according to the recording, but we're in the 20 something. But I am almost there. So, Ronika, as they would say in our culture, put some respect on my name."
Okay, well, we wanna just celebrate that Jeffrey has been playing catch up. He was like, "What, extra credit? Sign me up." And he said, I want my chords. I want my recognition." When I look at my stories, even the previews before you even click on them, I've been seeing Jeffrey sharing the prompts in his feed. So I said, "You know what? I am proud of him." But I want to also say that, Imma need for you to do better next year.
Damn.
We know that it's coming. We anticipate it, and I know in the last episode we talked about time hop and all of that, but Jeffrey, for the love of Black Music Month, don't you pull this shit again next year.
Look, Word.
Peace. All right. So since he's I guess that's what Black Music Month gave to him for this month of June, because I mean, it gave me a lot. I told y'all that, like, even during my rough moments this month, I had that Black Music Month challenge, and I was able to like, "Ooh, I forgot about that song. Let me add that to this playlist. Ooh, yeah." And it was someone even today that said I had, oh, what was the prompt? And it may come up later on, but, and I'll repeat it again. But one of the prompts was, "What is your Knuck If You Buck song?"
Huh?
And I went in them comment and I literally saw the post 19 s or no, 36 seconds after it was posted, cause she posts everything in real time. So, I shared it to my stories, and then I went to the comments and I said, "Oh, I was so ready for this prompt today. It's already in my stories." Somebody replied to me and said, "Oh, I just moonwalked to your, stories." I said, "And that's how
Huh?
it happens." I
Not
just
moonwalk.
I was like, "This is," and so when I got out of the event, I was cracking up when I saw that reply, but it also exposed me to a different, audience because that person now sharing it with other people. So that's why I love this challenge because it's all for the love of Black music.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So yeah.
Actually, cause some of the songs from previous years you can use again. But I strategically this time tried to dig deep, you know.
Mhm.
I wanted to do something different. Um, or if a song that was different that really popped in my head, excuse me, like I would post
Yes.
it. Yeah, yeah.
So we know that, excuse me, as we close
Did I
Black.
pass that to you?
Hmm?
Did I pass that little as they would say, old school, that belch?
Yeah, I think you did. 'Cause I was like, "Woo,
Yeah.
alright. Whoops. Didn't want that to go in here." So,
Right.
yeesh. I would've been like, "She is not a lady." Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Would've been questioned a whole lot. But I want you all
Viral.
to
That's what it would have
go
been.
away. Go away. Okay. So this month we've
Mhm.
had some episodes that if this is your first time, hello. If you're watching us, hello. If you're listening to us, still, hey there. We have been so the episodes 113 and even through this one is that we've had the soundtrack of us, the people's playlist, checking in. We've talked about champions, freedom, and finally Jeffrey joining the challenge last week. I mean, who said
Strange,
who said that? And
strange.
now we're at the finale of the month, so I wanted to be able to wrap that all up because if you love music, how we tied it in with just current events, Black Music Month, you need to go back and start with episode 113 and flow that way. But, um
That's a mercy for me along the way, 'cause she did me in this June, y'all. Did me in.
before we round out this segment, I just wanna give the Music Sermon at Music Sermon on Instagram her flowers, genuinely, specifically, and with gratitude. The challenge has ended as of the premiere of this episode. The community showed up. She even showed up with listen, I think this is the first time that she was like, "Okay, I need y'all to come in, sit out, and let me tell y'all how this works." So the first few days of the challenge, she was literally laying out like, "This is how you can be successful and really have fun with this challenge." I didn't need to watch it because I've been doing it for a while, but it was really cool for those that she's like, "I see that we have some new people that are engaging, some people that, sometimes show up
I'm
to the
on the other side.
like, show up to the party a little late." And, that's what she was here to explain, but it's been so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to next year.
Well, I guess Imma have to go back and do some more research because
Great.
I must have missed that. But shout out to her because I've been doing it for a few years. But I will say the last 2, 3 years, I always have been late to the party. You know, colored people thing.
Okay, so a little CPT. It hurts everybody. Okay, so the next segment, because we be like, "It ain't
It
nobody
hurt it
somebody."
hurts everybody. That
It
was deep.
just like the times that Jeffrey and I did not have, recess, and we didn't get a chance to, talk about our picks or any new videos or even when, Remember the Time premiered on BET with Michael Jackson. That's why we have this is one of my favorite segments, At the Playground.
You know.
Playground.
Mhm.
Mhm, okay. Right.
Mhm. Don't get choked up now.
It's just beautiful. June is ending. I mean, it's just like the month is done. What do last days feel like? So take me to a last day that mattered. The last day of school, the last day of summer, the last day before everything changed. What did it feel like? And did you know it was the last one while you were in it? So are you ready for our prompts? Would you like to go first?
Well, sure. Uh, wh what's a June from your childhood that you didn't want to end? What was happening that made it worth holding on?
Ooh, June would have to be our that summer going into for me, was going into junior high because junior high back then for us was 6th and 7th, I mean, 7th and 8th grade. I was going into the 7th grade, Jeffrey was going into the 8th, and I just feel like it was a summer full of camps, and I just did not want that June e when I was like, "Okay, this is what camp feels like, I want more of this. I don't want this ish to end."
Yeah.
That's what I go back to is that those summer camp we and I think one of the I went to multiple camps that summer, but the tech center camp, I believe that was multiple weeks, but I didn't want that thing to
It's
end.
4 to 6 weeks.
Mhm. I didn't want it but I went to another camp, like, previous to that one before coming to that one,
Gotcha.
and I just did
Yeah,
not
out at the
want
ISD.
Yes, yes! I
Yeah.
didn't want it to end.
I remember that camp summer. It was a lot going
It
on.
was a lot, like,
You
we were
said
busy.
you was going to 7th grade?
Yep,
Okay. Mm.
yep.
Yeah, it was a busy summer because I was going to 8th grade because in the ISD, that was for a week or 2, and then it was, Miss Rockette camp, and that was for 4
Yeah.
to 6 weeks.
Lit.
Yeah, yeah. That
Lit.
was the summer that, Independence Day came out.
It was also the summer that you got a tick on you.
Yeah, I remember that tick. Yeah, 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 out there, my aunt was
Wardrobes.
taking
Yeah.
yeah, but I didn't even know I had that tick on me. After
Mhm.
coming home 4 or 5 hours, um, my aunt was taking my cousin to Lake Michigan College, and I was like, "What is this on my arm?" And my aunt yelled, "That's a tick." And then my cousin tried to take a towel and wipe it off, and he wasn't moving, and so I grabbed it, and then my aunt was like, "Well, don't pull it off." Like, "For real?" It's on me, but I ain't gonna like, come on now. I don't give a
Yeah.
damn how much skin, and at that time, I was 12, 13 years old, I didn't know no difference. So I remember
Mhm.
pulling him off, it was a little blood there, he's damn sure was a bloodsucker.
The last day of school, what did that particular freedom feel like in your neighborhood?
Last day of
Yeah.
school for me was kinda like, almost especially, like, elementary, I didn't like it because there was no camp. It was kinda, like, just before sports, and I'm an only kid. So now
Mm,
I'm about to fall into Price is Ri well, excuse me, Oprah Winfrey, because she used to come on at 10 AM, Price is Right at 11, then I'm gonna do, the news at 12, that's gonna lead into Young and the Restless, and it's gonna lead into Days of Our Lives, that's gonna like, I didn't like that yeah, I didn't like that life. Like, I'm a little kid but I ain't trying to fall into these soap operas. So I didn't like that last day of school. But after I got older, it was cool because then you could kinda, like, develop. You can move shit around. You could do your own thing. But when you was a kid, mm-mm. You was on the mercy of the people.
Hmm, okay.
For
That's
you, what's the cookout, the gathering, the thing your community did to send the month off right? 'Cause we're talking about June. We ain't even got to the 4th. It would have to be graduation.
yeah, it was really I know for us, all of the, grad parties were in June. My family was like, "We ain't finna get into the July months with these, grad parties. We finna do all of this in June, and then we finna enjoy the rest of the summer." Cause first it was like, "Okay, now we gotta prepare to send this little joker somewhere off into the world."
Mhm.
So, yeah, that was our thing.
My big one was, I pushed my graduation party to July because I wanted to see everybody else's party ahead of mine, and then I would have a party, just before everybody start to leave.
You were the grand finale.
It wasn't a grand finale.
I think so for the summer.
You think so?
Mhm.
You remember coming?
I don't remember much because you know my memory is a little shot.
Okay. Yeah, I remember,
I thought I didn't though.
I had a special guest show up. It was crazy because one of my people hadn't been around in a long time, and they popped up at my, it was like a wrestling event.
No, we were there because Bogey was there, and Bogey couldn't stay out of Alicia's face.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
Bogey loves Miss Alicia.
Mhm. I feel
Mhm.
like that's when he is that when he met her or when he connected with her?
I think it was the connection.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep. So that's what I remember,
yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
when the boy fell in love.
Shout out to Bogey. Shout out to Kelvin. Yeah.
So funny.
Is it on me
Um,
or you? On me, right?
thank you. Yep.
Okay. What's a Father's Day memory, a good one, a complicated one, that lives in you?
Hmm. As if I couldn't read what we're both reading from. I should have just had this ready. Um,
You was just waiting before I say it.
I was. I was. I think it was the last one that I had with my dad. Um, and as it's so funny because one of, the people that I was in the internship with in Virginia, he contacted me. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And he said, "Hey, do you have any pictures of" because our last summer in Virginia was 2013, so a few months after my dad died. And he said, "Hey, I was calling to see if you had any photos of us, shooting those guns in Virginia," because there was a volunteer at the museum that we were working at. He had a boatload of guns, like, from all periods, like, from the 19th century, we were able to shoot all the way up to he was saying, "Yeah, they use these in the Iraqi war," and we're like, "What?" And he said, "Do you have any videos of us shooting those guns?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll go back and look." But I remember the summer of 2012, and I had started blogging about my experience working in Virginia, and my dad was in the hospital bed, and my sister had just got an iPad. I think it was, like, one of the first ones. She got an iPad, and she was letting him read, like, my blog and everything, and so him and I were FaceTiming, and then he had said something about, "So you like it out there? You're giving those white people hell." I'm like
Hey, we gotta compete. We gotta
I
compete.
said, I said, "I think I'm doing alright." He said, "Yeah, from the blog, you seem like you're doing alright. I just wanna make sure that you're alright." And it was how he said it, and then he just kinda looked at me.
'Cause you
And
know
I
they
said,
big, you gotta look at you.
"Yeah," and I said, "I'm alright, but are you alright?" And he said, "I'll be alright." And I know shortly after a few weeks after that, that's when I came home. I was like, "I just gotta lay eyes on him and make sure that he's okay."
That's a black people thing. You hear that? I just gotta lay eyes on
Gotta lay eyes on you.
you.
I gotta lay eyes on you. So, yeah, it was a good one, it was complicated, but it definitely lives with me because I just think about, thank God that I came home that summer.
Mm,
So many memories that I have with him, so many conversations, so much of his spit talking me. So, a lot of things that I just still take with me to today. So, yeah, I would say that summer of 2012, that Father's Day of 2012. Mhm.
that's a good one.
Alright. Can we just zoom right on the foolishness files?
Come
Can
on, let's
we?
do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's just make it do what it do.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, Imma just bounce around. A Michigan summer moment that sounded great on paper and felt deeply questionable in practice.
A Michigan summer moment that sounded great on paper and felt deeply questionable in practice.
'Cause when did y'all take that road trip? That wasn't in the summer, was it?
It was leading into like it was it was April,
Okay.
April, May.
Okay.
When we randomly left a movie night and say, "Hey, we're gonna go to DC."
Crazy,
We just gonna
crazy.
fly to DC tomorrow just on a whim. It was one of those, "Can you?"
Yeah.
"Yeah, I can." Yeah, it
You
was one of
ready,
those.
B? That's
Yeah,
what, "You ready, B?" Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, just ride out.
But I would say a Michigan summer moment that sounded great on paper and felt deeply questionable in practice is going camping in Michigan. Like, I remember going camping in Michigan with a group of kids, um, when I worked for Upward Bound, and you just never know, it rained. Like, one year, it rained so bad, we had to get up in the middle of the night and go to the inside of the cabin. Like, and what I mean by that is we had a cabin, but we wanted to get the full experience.
You
So
wanted to
we
rush it.
actually did the actual pitch a tent, blah, blah, blah. So here it was, I'm in the tent and it's 7 of us in this tent. And it's but the young men, they're like 16 and under. And I'm the adult who ain't never been camping before. I remember hearing tap, tap. I was like, "Well, I'm waiting on a bear to come through here." So and then that is already enough.
Yeah.
It was the rain, but they're kids, so they're not gonna hear it. They're kids, when kids go to sleep, they go to sleep.
Yeah,
So,
they're sound asleep. You're right. You're right.
by the time, it'll come down real quick. You seen it today. It'll come down, it'll come down real quick. Look, we had to get out of there. Somebody lost a shoe and socks and everything. It was like abandoned ship because you had to wake up.
Get out of here.
You gotta wake up somebody else's 14-year-old kid talking about some "We gotta go," it was a scene. So, it
We
sounded good on paper, but it was questionable in practice.
we gotta go. Oh, we gotta go.
What's, the Black Music Month challenge prompt that you still haven't answered and now taken to your grave? 'Cause I know
Oh,
you've been
you
doing it for years, but you've missed one, and what was it?
I miss name.
In the year?
Mm-mm. I
You
done went back and even caught no, I ain't miss
okay, so
nothing.
you missed it.
There's stuff going on that day, but
I had
nothing
stuff
I
going
went
on
to
in
mention.
June too.
Lies.
Mm-mm.
You miss weeks, sir. You miss
What's
weeks.
your favorite one this month?
Um, hmm. The song that you can play over and over, because you would have some people kinda put in the comments the same songs, but because I like to think outside the box and I am such a person that loves to listen to the lyrics, like, feel the lyrics, um, they said the song that has and there was one person that actually put in the comments, they said, "I actually have a playlist that says over and over," like, these are the songs that they play over.
Mm,
I thought that was cute, but you by Lucy Pearl. I'm like, "You can run that back, DJ. You can run that right on back." So, yeah, that was my pick. I saw you look the other way, and girl, you passed me by. Yeah, ooh, I love it. Ah, okay, so the most ambitious June plan that did not survive contact with reality. We want you all to chime in on that one, okay? And then we also have, let's see, best that counts as cooking argument. Jeffrey gonna be monitoring that, okay? He gonna be moderating, monitoring all of that because we want to hear from you all. That's our foolishness of the week award. This is our June finale edition.
So
So,
next week, that means we got to get this award to somebody?
let's see
Okay.
if they follow the rules. But the most ambitious June plan that did not survive contact with reality, and also what counts as cooking argument, because I feel like it's a lot out there, okay? A lot. I remember this is really quick. I had a roommate in college, and she was like, "Yeah, I can cook." Everything was boxed, so I said, "So either you can
Mhm.
read the directions or just try to follow directions, or" I'm talking about when I say cook, like, you cooking from scratch. That's when I think when someone, "Oh, yeah, they can cook." Not you done did the instant, whatever. Nothing instant.
The instant whatevers.
Nothing. The mashed potato, rice, nothing, none of
Yeah,
that. I wanna
yeah.
know, can you burn? There's a difference between cooking and can you burn, okay?
Mhm.
So we want y'all to chime in on that, but you know that this
So not
is
that ball in the bag, right?
don't you do this, okay? Mm-mm. You better get you a rice cooker. And our final segment, which is our favorite.
Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, it's gonna be some shots
Oh, no,
tonight.
I mean, I can feel it. I can feel it. How many times did you cook this week?
I would say in the 7 days, probably 4.5.
Wow.
A Black Music Month song of the month, 30 seconds, go.
Imma just go with what I used today. No More Drama by 8 Ball and MJG. It said, "What is your Knuck If You Buck song?"
I
That is
like
my
that
Knuck
one.
If You Buck song. Okay. Best challenge prompt of the whole month, the one you'll remember. I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
My favorite collaboration.
That was
Yeah,
a good one. That was a good one. That was good. That
yeah.
was a good one.
Alright, 60-degree Michigan summer, valid or not valid?
I'm living through it, so it's valid.
I thought you
I'm
gonna
ready to fight somebody. I'm ready to DDT somebody. Okay.
not DDT. I
I'm
just
just saying.
finished the, Hulk Hogan, from
Black
Netflix.
Panther? Was it the series?
It was like 4 episodes. We'll talk about it another time. We'll
Yeah,
talk
we
about
will.
it another time, yeah.
Okay, let me watch it first because I was intrigued, but let me watch it.
Take your
Okay,
time,
okay, alright. Because I might end up watching it with him when he's here, but okay. What are your
but you good one.
July 4th okay, what are your July 4th plans? One sentence, what are you doing?
Prep for the summer. The New York summer starts, July 6th. So July 4th is, you know, prep for summer.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
What's something you're leaving in June and not bringing to July?
Self-sabotage. Yep. One
Church.
wo Okay, one word for what July is going to be. First answer, no overthinking it.
Fellowship.
Mm, I
Yeah,
like it, I like it,
yeah.
I
If
like it.
Black Music Month had a closing song, what plays as the credit roll?
Celebration by Tank.
thought you gonna say celebration by Kool in
And
the
I
Gang.
celebrate nope,
Yeah,
Celebration by Tank.
I gotta hear this celebration by Tank.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the one. I gotta put it on the side.
Mhm, mhm. Woo! We survived.
You
We
survived, I was ready.
survived. The
Look,
shade.
I wasn't trying to eat rain though.
Anyway, so it was 4 episodes, y'all. 1 month, hundreds of songs, thousands of stories, theirs and the community's. But Black Music Month for 2026 is done. Give it everything it deserves on the way out, okay? So, I just wanna give gratitude again to because it takes a lot to put a challenge. I've done a challenge. I did a challenge for, like, 5 years, was still thankful, and it was really stories about not things, but basically experiences. So I was like, day 6 could have been joy, stuff like that. And I know how much it takes to put into a challenge. And she's been rocking it out for years. And it's nostalgic, it's for the culture. And it's like the highlight of my summer. Really it is. I mean, outside my birthday, I look forward to it. Um, and we just want to thank you all for rocking with us, of course. And, we wanna know if you participated in challenge. I know we've talked about it, um, all month long, but have you participated? Have you seen our stories? Have you seen what we've been posting? I know a couple of you well, not a couple, it's been a lot of y'all have been responding like, "Woo, girl, that's a hitter," or just loving it or liking it, and we just absolutely appreciate it. And, really celebrating the artists that are still living and that are ancestors. Whenever I post anything about D'Angelo, I'm just like, "Whew, I can't believe he's an ancestor," but just what he gave to the culture, I'm just forever grateful.
Mhm.
Jeffrey, do you have any words to say about before we move into July?
No. I'm ready. Like they say, look, it's the 30th, so nuck if you buck. You know, you can I can tell you where you can find us. You can find me on most of your social platforms at Mr. Fantastic World, just like at the bottom, at MrFantastic World, WORLD. Or you can find us on the If You Know, You Know late night show on Facebook at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. If you can't get to it, follow us. We'll get you there.
Mhm. I love it. And we want to just encourage you all that when you're enjoying these episodes, share them with the homie. So if you're watching it on YouTube, share with your send the link to them. Just it's very easy. Just send it right on, copy link or just share. And make sure that you tell that friend to subscribe so more people can see and hear these stories. And then if you're a person that's on the go and you like to listen, we're wherever you listen to podcasts. So Apple, Spotify, wherever. And don't forget to leave a review. We love when you all talk back to us. And then when you slide in our DMs, be like, woo, I was feeling that story like it either helped me, it was really funny, or I can totally relate. And but you can find me, Ronika, Ronnika Williams on Instagram and Threads. You can find me, Ronika Williams, on Facebook. And Please Do Tell Podcast also has its own social media. So I try to make sure that I tag that page as well. And yeah, that's all for me this week.
I was gonna say this week, but we're not done. Don't
We're
stop.
definitely not done.
Don't stop, can't stop.
Won't stop.
You won't, I can't. So so you already know. See, you see that good spirit she said earlier. She's with the rule. She said, "I won't." I
Mm.
said, "I can't." You know, like, so which one you got? I can't.
Woo! You all, so we will see you again in July.
Yes,
Yes, we'll record again in July, but, Jeffrey, until next time,
I'll tell your people to call my people. No,
we'll holla.
next time.